Hello, my name is Anson Nicholson, and last week you heard me talk about the importance of hearing protection and reasons and situations in which hearing protection is important. This week I'm going to talk to you about specific situations and specific hearing protection for each situation so that you can be better prepared in finding what hearing protection you need best. So I'm going a bit more in depth. What I talked about last week was the two main types of hearing protection, earplugs and earmuffs. Inside earplugs, there's a couple different types of earplugs that would be good for different situations. The first type is, and the most common type, is just the foam ones. You twist them, stick them in your ear, you put your back in, and it kind of expands, and you're like, whoa, 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 and all kinds of big, whoa. Those are great for if you're cutting a couple limbs off a tree and you have a chainsaw and it's really loud. Home use, really, lawn mowing, stuff like that. It's quick, it's simple to put in, they're cheap, you can buy in bulk. So if you have a shop, that you work in a lot, and you can put them in and they get all icky after a day's worth of work, you can put them away. Or if you do it often enough, you look into a more permanent sort of hearing protection, but it's great for stuff like that. Fireworks on 4th of July, buy them in bulk, and you don't have to worry about your kids blowing out your eardrums and stuff. You all saw that picture of the perforated eardrum. Stuff like that. Those are really good for at-home use and stuff like that. Rubber plugs, they're a bit different than the foam ones. They have a couple layers that taper out. They're good for lightweight jobs. They generally come with strings around them so you can pull them out and put them back in. If you spend a lot of time in a shop, something like that is more helpful. Traffic workers will use them a lot, or if your job involves you being on the side of the road a lot, maintenance, road cleaning, stuff like that. Near loud sounds. I wrote near loud sounds in my outline. That makes no sense. They're always near loud sounds. Race cars, race tracks, loud sporting events. Sometimes those are really helpful as well, especially having the rope on them when you have to pull it out. If it falls out, you don't lose it because it's hanging around your neck. Amusement parks. Work at an amusement park, the park rides, that's a good thing. Generally riding them, the noises aren't too loud. It's when you're the one operating it because you're next to all the loud machinery. Noise filtering earplugs. This is kind of like the creme de la creme of earplugs, as it were. They actually have filters in them that filter out at certain sound pressure levels, SPL levels. That's basically, I mentioned last week, that's how loud things are. They are designed so that you can still have good audio quality. So if you go to a lot of concerts, these are good for you. They are made so that people talking at nominal levels, 60 to 80 decibels, like I am right now, those volumes aren't turned down, whereas foam ones will just turn everything that's going into your ear down. Those ones are left the same. It's the loud extreme volumes, the highs, coming from the speakers, those things that would actually be damaging. Say they come in at 100, 110, 120 decibels, those will bring it down to about 90 decibels. It's still safe. It's really weird and you have to get used to it because normally at a loud concert, everyone is yelling and screaming because they're trying to be louder than the music that they're listening to. The interesting thing about with these is you hear the music and it's just as loud as the people talking around you. So you can hear all these people yelling and screaming and this music. It's a weird thing to kind of get used to when you're listening at concerts, but it's much better for your hearing. It's also great for musicians. Marching band. Most marching band, the marching band I work with, we had them all start wearing these, especially drummers, because it's something where you need to still be able to listen to the music and the tonal quality and intonation and all the things that being a musician requires. But if you're just putting stuff in your ear and blocking, you can't do that very well. So you need to have something that filters out the dangerous parts so you can still hear what's important as a musician. So those are the basic types of ear plugs. Moving on to ear muffs, you have basic ear muffs, which even like fashion ear muffs that you would wear because it's cold outside are helpful because they do block out the louder noises, the higher pitched noises which are dangerous to your ears. Other ear muffs are the ones that really just go over and they're rubbery and they're kind of sticky and you wear them a lot. I would assume you wear them a lot out on the tarmac because of the loud noises. They're something that work better for wearing longer times. Loud factories, we wear them a lot in loud factories as well because the machinery is loud and it's enclosed in a building, so that noise has nowhere to go. It just continues to bounce around. Because it's an energy wave, it will bounce around until it dissipates. So hard cement just bounces it more than carpet that absorbs it and bodies that absorb it. That's what dissipation is the absorption of the energy. You have electronic earmuffs. I mean, these are really cool. They're used a lot in hunting. And what they actually do is they have a small microphone on either side and a small speaker in there. The actual earmuff is a noise reducing or sometimes noise canceling earmuff. And all you'll hear is what's coming from that speaker. And once the volume of the sound that's being picked up by that little microphone exceeds a certain limit, they call it the threshold, it'll actually shut off the speaker so it doesn't damage your ears. It's great if you're hunting or at the gun range. Not so much hunting you want to be able to hear for an animal, and that's doesn't have as good of a sound quality. But if you're at the shooting range, it's a great place to have those because it's loud, it's spontaneous, random loud noises that then are instantly quiet again. And that's really bad for your ears. And so that's where having something like that it's guaranteed protection because it won't make that sound go into your speakers. Also, the speakers can't reproduce it. So even if it faults and it doesn't shut off when it reaches the threshold, you're still not going to be as damaged to your ears as you would if you were listening to it without any protection. Those are the coolest kind of subcategories that I felt would also be most applicable to you guys as an audience. I wanted to show you an easy way to access them, and rather than print out a whole bunch of different links that you then have to go and try and type in the URL into all the different pages, I figured I would give you one link that you could follow to all of them. So this is my device here. I'm going to have a password typed in. So the link that you're going to follow is called A.D. Nicholson. Yeah, it's my name. It's my website. It's my own personal website that I use to link to other things. So you're going to follow, once you type it in, A.D. Nicholson, into your browser, you're going to go here to hearing protection. And then when the page loads, you'll see all these links to different type of hearing protection, stuff that you would need. So if you want your day-to-day hearing loss, these are fancy kind of, it's winter outside. Great, looky here. No, I don't want to sign it. Stuff like that. What if you want to buy bulk foam because you're working on a project with the Boy Scouts and you know that all the little Boy Scouts want hearing protection. It's what we're here for. This is an easy way to have everything in one spot, so that you can go home tonight and say, oh, maybe hearing protection is something I would like. I go to a ton of concerts, or I'm a bartender in a really loud bar and I need to hear everything really well. Well, then you could go for noise filtering, because then you can still hear the drunk girl trying to order another drink standing right here, but the loud, crappy band playing in the back room is not distracting. So this is something that you can go, and this will be up here forever until I get a new website. So this is what I wanted to do, and I hope that you feel even more empowered to be able to protect your hearing so that when you're 90 years old, you can still hear your grandfather singing in the church choir or whatever your family does. So thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy.